Okay, guys, this is take two. So if you were here for a minute and it froze, we're back. I have half of my face done with these four colors, and I'm just going to jump right back into this. These are four colors that I can place strategically on my face that's going to give me a full look. So what I've done is I've placed my contour at my cheekbones, my hairline, my jawline. Did not place it in, yay, we'll see how long my internet lasts. I did not place it in my temple area. I did not place it right here in that little divot in front of my jowl because contour makes an area recede, set back. So if you have areas that you want to recede, like a double chin, which is why you would contour around your jawline, then contour is helpful. I'm going to also show you how to contour your nose really quickly. I'm getting ready to post today how to actually do a really good nose contour, but I'm going to go ahead and come up here to this shadow and just lightly put a little bit of contour right on. I don't want to go to the side of my nose. If the idea is to slim your nose, then this bone that's right on top of your nose, if you need to put your finger there, you want to contour on each side of it. Okay, you can even turn it this way. All right, and then we are going to kind of give it a little peak right there at the end. All right, you can even make it look like an exclamation point if you want. So the other thing that I did was I took my main foundation shade, which is this shade. So these are all interchangeable, personalized. I can pop them in and out. They last forever. And each one of these is $16 American dollars, a little bit more in Canada. And we're coming to Mexico, Australia, and the UK. So you're going to be able to get it. I placed this main highlight color basically everywhere else, not on top of my contour. Now I'm going to go in with an accent highlight, okay? We refer to these as highlights because the idea is they are to highlight the features of your face that you want to bring out, okay? Or, you know, they will provide coverage, but we should be using multiple colors of foundation. And how we were always taught was let's use one color and put it all over our face. But is your face one color? Because mine isn't. And so finding the right colors, plural, that work best for your skin tone, all you've got to do is comment color match and I will help you to be able to figure that out. The accent highlight is lighter. I don't want to put this shade all over my face. That'll be entirely too light. So I'm going to only put it right here. Thanks for telling me where you're from. Hi, Charlotte. All right, and right here. Okay, so right here. Dates have not been released yet, but we know, we've been told it's coming. Okay. All right. So, and I put it right down between that contour line. So now we have this color disparity. We have the contour and the accent highlight. And that is the illusion that we want to be able to slim the nose. So putting this lighter shade here helps to bring the attention right down the middle of your face. Now, some things that you might have seen in other makeup places on the interwebs is adding your accent highlight in other places. I'm going to show you simplicity with just these places right now. Now you can also give it a little bit right here and here. So when we're talking about underneath of your makeup, we're talking about priming your face. I use a BB cream. It's by a company called Palmafera. You can comment BB cream. We'll get you the link to that. It has an SPF 30, but you want to make sure that your makeup is jiving with your your prep. Meaning, if you're going to use a water-based makeup, hence Saint Cream water-based, then in order to get it to work beautifully underneath of your makeup, then you want to find a primer that's water-based. Or, and this especially goes for somebody who has oily skin. I have drier skin, so my skin can kind of help to absorb some of the ingredients when the main ingredient that I'm talking about is silicone, dimethicone. Those are very, very common. That's very common to have silicone or dimethicone in your makeup and in your primers. So make sure they jive. Okay, so if your makeup has silicone, your primer should have silicone. If your makeup is water-based, your primer should be water-based. If silicone or dimethicone is an ingredient in your primer, look at the ingredient list and see how far down it is, because the most common or the ingredients that show up at the very top of the ingredient list are the ones that they have the most of that ingredient in there. So, you might find a primer that has dimethicone in it, but it's like far down on the ingredient list, and you might see that it works great with your water-based makeup. Anyway, that I went down a rabbit hole. So now I have my accent highlight on strategically. I have provided coverage where I need my main highlight. I have my contour in my cheekbones, hairline, jawline. I even contoured my nose a little bit. Some people will use a little bit of contour underneath the here. Totally great idea because it'll make your bottom lip look fuller. Here's my reservation. I'm going to talk to those of you that are like me that have texture right here, lip lines. If I put a dark contour color here and here, what's going to happen to that dark color? It's going to sink in the wrinkles, and then it's going to be like, hey, wrinkles, here I am. I don't want that. So I refrain from doing that. Instead, you can take a lighter color line, and I'm going to show you, I just use a nude lip color, a nude lip liner. Now we're going to go in with my lip and cheek color. This is Dahlia. Look how crazy bright that is. But watch, I'm going to go down right about where my pupil is and right here on the apple of my cheek. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of Dahlia right there. All right, so I just want to show you, all we did was paint by numbers, right? That's what we did. I took each one of these 4 colors, I put them in a specific spot on my face. Now I'm going to blend from light to dark. All right, so I'm going to start here. And the entire time, this makeup has been melting into my skin. That's what I love. It like blends like butter. But I am going to go from lightest to darkest. And this process is more like feathering the makeup. Okay, I'm not like, you don't see my face shifting from left to right. I'm pressing in and kind of feathering the makeup all at the same time. Now, what I love about cream is it doesn't look cakey. It doesn't feel heavy. I look like me, only a glowier, brighter version of me. Okay, and I'm taking that contour and I'm pulling it down onto my neck. All right, what are we gonna do about this? Well, I'm not gonna do this zhuzhing. I'm just gonna tap. I don't really want to move this around. Actually, I like to even take my ring finger and lightly tap it in. I want it to stay in place because I still want to see the color disparity, but I don't want you to see the harsh lines. I want you to just see how it just kind of like the colors marry together. If you're interested in a color match, it's totally free color match. Answer a couple questions. Just comment color match and we'll get that right out. The link for you. You ever have stray hair doing weird things? Okay, what are we going to do here? We're going to go ahead and press it in. Okay, so let's start the blending process a little bit. And now I'm going to flick up. I don't want to carry that dark color down here, then it's going to drag my face down. We're going to flick up so that these colors, again, I'm going to use that marriage analogy again. We want them to kind of be united and not like a definitive line. Guys, let me get up close. Can we just see this? Okay, I haven't done this side of my face. And that literally just took me minutes of placing those colors in a specific spot. Crazy, right? All right, so what I want to do to this side is I want to go ahead and show you how I'm going to use a brush. This is called the 3D brush. It is made for cream. Full transparency, when I first tried the makeup, I didn't buy the brush. Still love the makeup, but the brushes were game changers. And because I had a lot of brushes, and I thought I'm just going to use my own brushes, but not all brushes are created equal, just saying. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. In order to do the contour here, I'm going to pinch my brush. Okay, I like a dense brush, and I'm going to dab into it. There is no swiping into this cream. You don't want to swipe into cream because then you're going to pick up too much product. And a lot of people say, hey, Kim, why are you starting with the darkest color? I don't know. But I don't have to worry about, like, I'm not cleaning off my brush in between, which may amaze some of you, but it just is a testament to the quality of these brushes. It knows exactly how much product to pick up. All right. There, hairline. From that divot, I'm not going to contour the divot because that's going to make the divot look deeper, because that's what contour does. It recedes an area. So I'm going to go from the divot on back, and I can even go underneath of my chin here as well. Just going to leave the divot out. I already did my nose when I contoured that. All right, still haven't blended yet. Could I blend this as I go along? Absolutely. You have so much freedom with this makeup, and just sometimes just playing with it is so much fun. However, you want to get the right colors. The lighting that I have that you're watching me right now, I'm literally in my daughter's old bedroom staring out the window. When you take a selfie, because that's how I color match you, this is the lighting that I want for you to get the best match. 99.9% of my customers are all matched virtually. And I get so many people that say, do you live near me? Can you come do it in person? I'm just afraid. I'm pretty good at this. I've been doing it for a while. Thousands and thousands of customers. Okay, so if you send me an accurate selfie, I send you an accurate color match. That's how we work. All right, now I'm going to go into my main highlight. Okay, in this particular case, my main highlight that I'm using right now is called Sandy. And I have a little son because I went to Florida, which I love placing a couple different highlights or colors in my compact. I'm just going to show you this is the one that I took with me. Like, this is the compact that I use every day so that I have multiple colors in. But I wanted to jump on just to show you the simplicity. Like, you can keep it as simple as you want, or you can add all the things, okay? But anyway, I went to Florida, so therefore I got some sun. And so having multiple colors of foundation in my compact is really, really nice because you can even mix colors. So if I only got a little bit of sun, so I'm not quite as light, I can just dab my brush into both and kind of mix. There's a lot of power in being able to do that and not having to go out to the store and buy a new bottle. And then if you're using liquid foundation, how do you even mix that if you have two different bottles? Maybe on your hand you could do it. Just seems like a lot to me. All right. 70% of our time when we're putting on our makeup is rooting through the messy makeup bag, and you don't need to do that. All right, so let's go in now with our accent highlight. I'm just going to flip my brush over to this little angled end and do this and this, which I kind of already did. Now, I'm going to go ahead and blend this with my finger. I really love doing this around my under eye area simply because that tissue there is thin, okay? And we don't want to twist and prod, but I want a thin layer of makeup there. If I get too much makeup there, then it's going to crease. That's what happens when you're using foundations that dry down. You know, it's like your washcloth that you hang over the shower or the bathtub. What happens when, and it's wet, what happens throughout the day, it dries and then you pick it up and it's holding its shape, right? Makeup will do the same thing on your face so that when you're moving and being expressive, it's not moving, it's cracking. And that's one of the differences with cream. Okay, so I just like doing that. All right, let's add a little bit of Dahlia. I don't even know. Can you guys, you can see a little bit of product on there. That's really bright in the tin, but you ultimately have the control over how much you want to put on. I hope that you'll trust me in my recommendations for you. I mean, I'm going to ask you a few questions about, like, do you like pinks, peaches, reds? Tell me a little bit about what colors you're used to wearing, because I want to be able to make you happy. But I also will make suggestions about colors that I think would look beautiful on you and your skin tone. And often you go to the website, which the website colors look nothing on the website like what they look like on the skin. So please come to me if you're like, Kim, I'm between this color and this color. I might say to you, that's going to look great on your lips, but I'm not sure it's going to show up on your cheeks. Okay, so I want to give you the biggest bang for your buck. I want to give you recommendations that you're going to be able to soar with and use them in a versatile way. So please trust me in that. All right, so let me add just a little bit more Dahlia right here. I'm very frugal. It's all about, for me, it's saving money and time. All right, so let's look at some of the other things that we can utilize these 4 colors. I'm going to go into my accent highlight, that's the lighter one, and I'm going to sweep it on my eyelids because I just want to even them all out. Okay, maybe you're not much of an eyeshadow girl and you just want to add some of this and then maybe mascara and get out the door. Totally okay, but just look what that did. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you. I talked to you a second ago. Now I'm forgetting whether this was on the first time I tried to go live or now. But contour you can use to line your lips. I have a lot of lip lines going on. I've never smoked a day in my life, but I have lip lines. Okay, so I'm going to use, this is a nude lip liner. It's actually called Saddlewood by Wonder Skin, but I'm going to use it right here. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. Underneath of my lip line and then on top. And this is really almost like just maybe 1 shade darker than my lips. Now I'm going to go into Dahlia and I'm going to tap. Okay, could I go in and make some really fierce pink? I could. I could definitely do that. I don't want to do that right now, but I could. So if you like that really sharp, fierce pink, you can do that. You can do that with a lot of our lip shades. Like you can go bold. Guys, can you just see what has happened here? I'm going to jump in and use Blue Mascara. This is by Thrive. They just sent me this. I've been using Thrive Mascara for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, the liquid lash extensions. And then they sent me a box of goodies and it had blue in it. How fun. So all I did was apply my accent highlight and I'm going to use some blue mascara and we're going to call it a day. You may or may not need a primer at all for cream makeup. Okay. Do you know what that depends on? It depends on the condition of your skin. Okay, that is what it depends on. I have found that like 80% of mature women need a primer. And that's when I use the BB cream that has an SPF in it. So it's, I just use it as a kind of like a multi-purpose tool. It's priming, it's providing maybe a little bit of coverage because it's a BB cream. It has a little tint to it. But it also has an SPF 30 in it. You don't want to forget the sunscreen. Guys, isn't this blue mascara fun? Oh, great. It's fun. It's not something I do every day. But since I didn't do an eyeshadow look, okay, and we're just gonna do a little rockin' and rollin' to get this mascara on. And that's it. Y'all can do this. You don't need any makeup experience. I'm gonna let that dry for a second, and then I'm just gonna take a little spoolie. Ta-da! Let me back up. Okay, I also love, this is Insta Makeup Fix. It's a setting spray, really light, by Thrive. I'm going to give it a little zhuzh. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender, and then I'm just going to lightly dab. And this is going to, if I did put too much on, it's going to remove anything that is sitting on top of my skin. So comment color match if you want one of those babies. And we're done. There's hardly anything on this. Do you know why? Because I hardly put any product on my face. It was just a small amount. I can't tell you how long these things would last. This probably, all of this, if you like a light to medium coverage like me, this business is probably going to last you 4 or 5 months, maybe more, depending. Like the contour might last you 6 or 8 months. Each one of these things has a shelf life of a year anyway. Each little one is $16. Go do the math at the drugstore. Just at the drugstore, buying 1 bottle of foundation and then add a lip color onto it, and then add a contour color onto it, and then add another concealer. Do the math. And then every time you replace it, do the math and see how long those things are really lasting you. And if I can help you find the colors that are right for you, and they literally come to your door, and you pack something like this. I'm getting ready to go to Mexico. I'm packing this and an eyeshadow brush, and I'm out. That's it. It goes in my carry-on. It is all TSA approved. TSA never questions anything that I do. I don't have to look and measure my bottles and all that business. Like, it's a beautiful thing. You guys have a blessed day. If you're interested in a color match, comment color match, and I'll get you off one. My name is Kim, and I love teaching easy over 50 makeup tips. So make sure you click follow.